Orisha and Santeria, mystical origins of power and balance, before time was measured, before the first humans walked upon the earth. The universe was pure potential, an ocean of energy swirling in the depths of existence. It was then that Olodumare, the supreme creator, looked upon the void and decided to shape the world, setting forth the forces that would bring balance to existence. From the breath of the cosmos, the Orisha were born. Divine forces, rulers of the elements, guardians of fate. The Supreme Trinity, Olodumare, Olorun, and Olofin. At the dawn of existence, there was only Olodumare, the source of all energy. He was vast and unknowable, beyond the reach of mortals. Though he was the architect of the universe, he did not interfere in human affairs. Instead, he entrusted his divine essence to two other manifestations. Olorun, the sun, radiance of wisdom, source of Ache. He illuminated the cosmos and gave life to all things. Olofin, the divine intermediary, the bridge between heaven and earth, the voice that carried the will of Olodumare to the Orisha. The divine mandate, the first law of balance. As forces of existence came into being, Olodumare decreed a sacred law. Each Orisha shall hold dominion over a force of nature, but they shall never rule alone. The power of one must be balanced by the power of another. Eleguá, guardian of the Crossroads and destiny. Before form took shape, Eleguá emerged, the guardian of destiny, crossroads, and time itself. Both child and elder, trickster and guide, he alone held the keys to all paths. Every journey began and ended with him. At the dawn of existence, he was the first witness to creation, his red and black staff glowing beside him. He saw the past, present, and future woven together, inseparable. With a knowing smirk, he twirled his staff, laughter echoing through the void. For without choice, there could be no destiny. Obatalá, father of wisdom and peace. Where Elegua brought choice, Obatalá brought wisdom. He was the oldest of the Orisha, the father of creation, the sculptor of humanity. Dressed in robes as bright as the morning sun, his hands were steady, his voice calm. Obatalá, Orisha of clarity and wisdom in a sacred temple of white light. His silver crown gleamed under the eternal sun, and his eyes held the patience of eternity. Where others acted in impulse, he moved in serenity. The cool wind that soothed the fire, the hand that shaped justice without cruelty. Oduduwa, the architect of civilization and divine kingship, with the paths of existence set, the heavens parted. Oduduwa, the Orisha of divine kingship and creation, descended to shape the world. Oduduwa was the force that brought form from chaos, carving land from the endless waters. He held the golden chain of the heavens, a sacred link between the divine and mortal realms. With deliberate precision, he uncoiled it, carrying the weight of existence as he descended. In his other hand, he bore a sacred gourd filled with divine soil. At the appointed place, he poured the soil into the boundless ocean. From it, the first land emerged, Ife, the cradle of civilization. As he stood upon this new land, a great white bird soared across the sky, scattering earth in all directions, expanding creation. But Oduduwa was more than a creator. He was a king, the first ruler among Orisha and humankind. He wore a golden crown of divine authority, his robe shining like the midday sun. His presence brought wisdom, structure, and order. The foundation of kingship was laid. An unbroken lineage of rulers destined to guide their people under the will of the divine. Ogún, the unyielding force of war, iron and creation. From fire and metal, Ogún emerged, the Orisha of war, iron, and industry. He was both destroyer and builder, the force that carved civilization, from raw stone and forged the tools that shaped humanity's survival. But Ogún was more than a warrior. He was the undefeated force of survival itself. Life is a battle, and through his efforts, it endures. He is the iron core of the earth, the unseen power that forms the magnetosphere, shielding the world from destruction. He is the foundation upon which all else is built. The blade that defends, the plow that feeds, the road that leads forward. In the heart of creation, Ogún stood at his anvil, his mighty hammer striking with force, sending sparks into the heavens. His calloused hands shaped iron into weapons, tools, and machines of progress. Without him, there could be no civilization. No foundation, no path forward. Yet for all his strength, his burden was solitude. Misunderstood, seen as brutish, he carried the weight of relentless toil. But his was not mindless rage, he was fiercely intelligent. A master craftsman, a guardian of knowledge as much as war. His ember-like eyes never wavered, for he knew true strength was not just in battle, but in perseverance. The will to build, to protect, and to endure. Oshun, the goddess of love, beauty, and sweet waters. The waters of the world brought forth the forces of love and healing. Oshun was golden light, the goddess of love, fertility, and rivers. She ruled over the sweet waters, her presence a blessing upon the world. She was the golden goddess of the rivers, beauty and sweetness. And wherever she walked, laughter followed. She was the warmth of the sun upon the skin. The intoxicating thrill of love, the gentle current that carried hearts together. As the mighty phoenix, she represents power and transformation. By the shimmering waters, her bronze skin gleamed like polished gold. And the river whispered secrets of romance, longing, and devotion. But her love was not without price. For those who honored her, she brought joy, prosperity, and abundance. But to those who took her blessings for granted, the river could rise, its gentle flow turning to a flood, washing all away in its path. Yemayá, the ocean mother, keeper of life and the depths. Beyond the rivers stretched the endless ocean, where Yemayá, the great mother of the seas, reigned supreme. Waves bowed at her command, their rhythm echoing the pulse of the universe itself. She was the cradle of all existence, for life began in the waters, and in the end, all must return to them. Wherever the tides touched, Yemayá's presence flowed, watching over all living things. Within her vast embrace, she carried the first humans, nurturing them as a mother does her children. Yet like the sea, she was both gentle and fierce. Her voice could soothe like a lullaby, or rise as a tempest, fierce and unrelenting. Her deep, knowing eyes held the mysteries of creation, vast and unknowable. Upon her brow she wore a silver crown, shimmering with pearls and shells, gifts from the ocean itself. Those who honored her found safe passage across her waters, but those who defied the sacred balance of the sea were swallowed by the merciless waves, pulled into the abyss below. Olokun, keeper of the abyss, guardian of wealth and mystery, deeper than Yemayá's waves, beyond the reach of sunlight. Where the ocean descends into infinite darkness, there dwelled Olokun, the Orisha of the abyss, wealth and the unknown. No one had ever truly seen his face, for he hid behind a silver mask, concealing the secrets of the deep. He was both the keeper of riches and the guardian of mysteries. He ruled over wealth, both material and spiritual, the treasures buried in the ocean's depths, the lost knowledge of civilizations swallowed by time, the silent currents of power that move unseen beneath the surface. The sea's greatest treasures were his to give or to withhold. Those who sought them had to prove their wisdom, for riches without understanding bring ruin. Ochosi, the silent hunter, Orisha of justice, precision, and the wilds, where the wind moves unseen through the dense forests, where the eyes of the predator lock onto its prey before the strike. There walks Ochosi, the Orisha of hunting, justice, and divine precision, the silent arrow that never misses its mark, the unseen force of balance that ensures both survival and fairness. With eyes sharper than the falcon's gaze, and movements fluid as the river, Ochosi embodies the hunt, not for sport, but for necessity. He does not waste, nor does he kill without purpose. To him, life is a delicate balance, and the hunter must respect the hunted. Every arrow he releases carries intent, guided by the unseen forces of destiny. But Ochosi is more than a hunter. He is the embodiment of divine justice. He walks alongside those who seek truth, guiding through lies and deception. Like the arrow that finds its target, his justice is swift and exact. Oya, the mistress of storms, winds, and the dead lightning does not come without the wind. Oya, the goddess of storms and transformation, arrived in a whirlwind of violet and crimson. She was death's whisper, the howling wind before the storm. The one who walked between the living and the dead. Her iron machetes rested at her back, ready to cut the threads of fate when the time came. She did not fear change, she was change itself. Where Yemayá ruled the ocean, Oya ruled the winds and the storms. She was the one who walked between the worlds of the living and the dead, the one who guided spirits beyond the veil. Aganu, the immovable titan, Orisha of fire, volcanoes and strength. Before the mountains stood tall, before the rivers carved their paths, there was Aganu, the Orisha of fire, volcanoes, and the unshakable strength of the earth. He is the burning core beneath the ground, the eruption that reshapes the land, the force that destroys and creates. Aganu is immovable, a titan among Orisha, his presence towering like the mountains themselves. His spirit burns like molten rock, unyielding in the face of adversity. He does not bend, nor does he falter. To those who seek endurance, who need the power to withstand the storms of life, Aganu offers his strength. Yet he is not merely a destroyer, his fire is also the flame of transformation. As the volcano gives birth to new land, Aganu represents the power of renewal, the ability to overcome obstacles and reshape one's own destiny through sheer will. Chango, fire storms and the dance of war above the mountains, where thunder roared and fire split the sky. Chango sat upon his storm-forged throne. The crackling air hummed with his presence. He was the fire of the heavens, the passion of battle, the rhythm of the drum. His red and white robes blazed with power, his double-headed axe pulsed with lightning. He was the warrior king, the lover, the dancer, the unbreakable force of nature. His laughter shook the heavens, and his rage set the world ablaze. Destruction and joy, battle and celebration. He was all of it, all at once. The earth trembled, the sky flashed with fury. Chango arrived. A king, a warrior, a tempest of passion and power. His presence was undeniable, his will absolute. His robes gleamed in the firelight, his axe sparking with the fury of the heavens. He was movement, rhythm, and the relentless heartbeat of existence itself. Orunmila, the sage of divination and fate. Where Chango brought thunder and passion, Orunmila brought wisdom and foresight. He was the great seer of fate, the one who understood the patterns of the universe, past, present, and the infinite possibilities of what was yet to come. Orunmila was the master of Ifa, the sacred system of divination that revealed the hidden threads of destiny. He was the father of Babalawos, the high priests and custodians of divine wisdom, guiding those who sought knowledge through the intricate verses of the Odu Ifa. To him, all secrets of existence were laid bare, for he alone possessed the sight to interpret the will of Olodumare. Draped in emerald robes, a symbol of his divine wisdom, his knowledge surpassed the wisdom of kings, for he held the keys to understanding the forces that shape the cosmos. The balance between life and death, the hidden nature of Ache, and the unseen influence of Orisha and spirits alike. He was the master of mystery, the guardian of sacred knowledge, and the protector of those who walked the path of destiny. It was through Orunmila that the Orisha themselves sought guidance, for even they understood. Without wisdom, power is blind, and without foresight, the future is lost. Osanyin, Orisha of the sacred forest, herbs, and Ake. In the heart of the untamed forest, where sunlight barely pierces the dense canopy, resides Osanyin, Tihi enigmatic Orisha of wild plants, healing, and magic. Master of all botanical secrets, Osanyin commands the potent Ashe inherent in every leaf, root, and herb. His knowledge is unparalleled, making him the ultimate healer and magician among the Orisha. Osanyin is the true owner of all plants and trees that grow in the wilderness. His permission is sought before harvesting any herb for ritual or medicinal purposes. In his solitary abode, Osanyin is often depicted as a figure with one eye, one arm, and one leg, a testament to his unique existence and profound connection to nature's mysteries. Osanyin stands as a guardian of nature's profound wisdom, a keeper of secrets that bridge the earthly and the divine. His essence reminds all that true power lies not in domination, but in understanding and harmonizing with the natural world. Babaluaye, the Orisha of suffering and salvation. Feared and revered, Babaluaye walks the earth draped in rags, his body scarred by affliction. Yet within him lies the power to cure, to lift plagues, to restore life where only decay remains. He is both the curse and the cure, the one who humbles kings and tests the faith of the desperate. Where he passes, the afflicted scatter grains at his feet, begging for mercy. For with a single touch he can heal or condemn. Those who honor him find relief. Those who mock suffering learn its weight. Babaluaye does not grant healing without sacrifice. His path is one of humility, devotion, and redemption. Obanani, the Orisha of devotion, sacrifice, and strength. Born of royal blood, Obanani is the daughter of Obatala and Yemaya, raised with wisdom, strength, and discipline. She is the Orisha of marriage, loyalty, and the endurance of love. A warrior in her own right, yet her greatest battle would be of the heart. As the first wife of Chango, she gave him unwavering devotion, but love alone could not hold him. Desperate, she was tricked by Oshun into believing that sacrifice would secure his heart. In an act of ultimate loyalty, she cut off her own ear and offered it to him as a meal, only for Chango to reject her in horror. Heartbroken, she fled to the river, her sorrow shaping her fate. Abanani dwells where the river rages, where the currents fight against the land, strong, unyielding, forever transformed. Her lesson is clear: love cannot be forced. Loyalty without wisdom leads to suffering. True devotion demands balance, not sacrifice. She remains a protector of marriages, guiding those who seek strength and love without losing themselves. She is the whisper at the river's edge, reminding all, true love is given, never taken. The eternal balance, the Orisha walk with us. The world was shaped by the hands of the Orisha. Their passion, wisdom, and strength woven into the fabric of existence. They are not distant gods, but forces that move through nature, through time, through us. One does not seek Elegua without preparing for the trials of fate. One does not call upon Ogún without knowing the weight of iron. One does not ask for Oshun's love without understanding its cost. One does not sail upon Yemaya's waters without respect. One does not dance in Chango's fire without embracing its heat. Each Orisha is a key to the great balance of life. Yemaya nurtures us. Oya teaches us to embrace change. Chango reminds us to live boldly. Orunmila grants wisdom and patience. Olokun guards the mysteries we have yet to understand. Their stories are whispered in the wind, in the thunder, in the waves. And as long as the world turns, their presence remains. They do not fade with time. They do not vanish into forgotten stories. They move through the world, shaping it in ways both visible and unseen. They do not need temples of stone, for their altars are the wind, the river, the earth beneath our feet. Their voices call in the roar of thunder, the crash of waves, the whisper of leaves. To walk this world is to walk among them. To honor them is to honor balance, strength, wisdom, and the eternal dance between fate and free will. They were, they are, they always will be. If you enjoyed this journey through the mystical origins of Orisha and Santeria, watch as we dive deeper into the legends, rituals, and divine wisdom of spiritual enlightenment. Like, share, and subscribe to continue exploring the ancient mysteries and living traditions.